Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. A while back I did a video that has hundreds of thousands of views on how to clean your couch without a steam cleaner. Come to find out, you don't even need to use water if you use the products and the tools that I'm going to tell you about today. So let's get our couch clean. And by the way, this couch has been soiled by a dog that had a UTI, a bladder infection, and she couldn't hold it in and she was feeling kind of sick, so it's time to give it a good thorough cleaning. This method is going to help you out if you have pet stains, pet odors, or it could be a toddler with a leaky diaper or whatever. Use this method and these tools to get your couch looking clean and new again and smelling fresh. The first thing that I used on my couch is this product here. The manufacturer of this product is not marketing it for upholstery specifically, but more for carpet. However, if you flip it around here on the back, there are instructions for upholstery. One thing I know as a formulator, a lot of products have multi-uses. It's all about the marketing. They try to key in on that one thing that everybody wants to use it for. But as a side note, they're saying, hey, you can also use this on upholstery. But mostly we want to target the people that are cleaning their carpet. This is a microfiber couch, but it would probably work on some tweed type or any woven fabrics, possibly velvet, but I would definitely try it in a place that's not going to be too visible, just in case it does cause some discoloration. Ideally, you don't want it to soak into the foam underneath, because that can cause some more trouble. If it doesn't dry evenly or completely, then it can grow mold or mildew. I also used one of my little brushes here. This is a Beyond brush. You can find it in my store on the website, sawdustandcornbread.com. These are great. They're solid wood, and then there's a poly and boar bristle, natural boar bristle mix. And this is awesome for microfiber and cleaning a lot of upholstery, because you can work the foam or whatever you're working with into there, distribute it evenly, and then the poly helps lift the fibers so that after it dries and we vacuum, everything has been well worked into the surface. And I'm also using a microfiber cloth to distribute the foam evenly, because you don't want to spray the foam directly onto your couch. It goes everywhere and it can cause streaks. So I'll show you my special trick for using these microfiber cloths, as well as a trick to make these last longer so that you're not constantly rinsing them out and coming back and forth. First, I'm going to show you how to properly apply the foam. You do not want to spray this on the couch, and I'll show you why right here. I started out trying to do this by skipping a step and applying it straight to the couch. And what happens, even if you follow the directions and hold this 2 feet away from the surface, it makes streaks in the fabric, and it really gets concentrated into those areas rather than being evenly distributed. So I found the best way to combat that problem and to spread the foam easily is to use a microfiber cloth. And you always want to fold your cloths, whether it be microfiber or terry or whatever, into fourths like that. Reason being, if you just wad it up in a ball, then it's going to become soiled unevenly. You're going to find yourself running back and forth to the sink to rinse it out, and it's just not as efficient. By folding it into fourths, your cloth is going to last longer per use, because you have 8 surfaces to work with. 1, 2, open it up, 3, 4, inside out, and I'm going to fold it into fourths again, and then you have 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can use all 8 of those surfaces to clean with before you go and rinse it out and start all over again. So it's a big time saver. It's a great hint that I always like to throw in whenever I'm using any type of a cleaning cloth. So I've got this. I'm going to fold it into my fourths. You can use one side at a time, and I'm going to take my spray foam, and rather than spraying it all over my couch like wild, I'm going to hold it really close to my cloth, like really close. If you get too far away, it's going to splash back, but I'm going to hold it really close. just like that. And now that it's on my cloth, I can spread it evenly onto the surface, and I'll show you how to do that. I have the foam on my microfiber cloth on side number 1, and I'm just going to systematically from the top to the bottom spread that out. And I'm just applying it right now. I'm not going to work it in. Once I have the surface evenly coated, and work it in small circles. And what that's doing is working it into the surface of that fabric, and on a microscopic level, it's lifting the little fibers so that the foam cleaner can get in between the fibers and lift all the dirt, odors, and stains to the surface. So I'm just going to continue that method completely over the entire soiled area of the couch. And for this time, I'm actually going to go ahead and do my entire couch. For a couch this size, 2-seat love seat recliner, it doesn't even take one entire can to do that. Another great thing about cleaning the couch without any water or a steam cleaner is you don't have that waiting time unless you really put it on thick, and there's no need to put on an excessive amount of the cleaner. So by the time I get to the end of the couch, I've already used my microfiber cloth to apply, my Beyond brush to work it in. By the time I get to the end, where I began is already dry. Whereas if I used any method using water or a steam cleaner, it would probably be 6 hours or more before the couch were ready to sit on. This way I know in just a couple of hours it'll be okay for them to jump back on here, or I can cover it with a blanket and it'll already be dry so they can sit on top of the blanket. So lots of good benefits to using this method. It kind of fluffs it up and brings it back to life so that it has that luxurious velvety feel to it, and it'll look like a brand new couch. As I finish each section of the couch, I can go ahead and fold my microfiber towel to one of the new 8 surfaces that I have. That keeps it fresh and clean as I go so that no dirt is reintroduced to the couch. So now I'm just going to go over the entire couch surface, and you're going to see how great this makes your couch look in just a few minutes. It's amazing. You don't want to miss this area up at the top. Be sure to push down your cushions so that you can really get in the groove back here, because if your pets are like mine, they love to lay up here on the back of the couch. So a lot of fur, dander, and odors get trapped back there. If you've watched many of my cleaning videos, you've probably noticed that I use microfiber cloths for a lot of things. That's because they have millions of nubs that stick out on the surface area, and it's like having millions of little fingers that grab the dirt and hold on to it and won't let go. However, I did recently have someone mention they don't like to use microfiber cloths because it sticks to their hands. They have kind of rough patches on their hands and they can't stand it sticking to it. The easiest solution I can think of for that is to use gloves. And that's not a bad idea if you do have rough, dry skin anyway, to protect your skin from any of the cleansers. So if microfiber does bother you, the texture, you can always throw on some gloves, but I guarantee you it's going to do a better job cleaning than most any other type of fabric. If you look carefully, you can see where the swirls, where the brush is helping to lift that mat up, where this brush is actually lifting each fiber in the microfiber couch so that I can get to it and the foam can get in there and clean. It's very effective. It's also really important whenever you're cleaning your couch to make sure to lift cushions, get in between, get in all of the crevices, especially when you're vacuuming. That's where a lot of odors and dirt and grime hides. The arms of your couch are always going to be one of the grimiest, dirtiest parts that you clean. Obviously, everybody puts their hands there, and people like to rest a drink there if you don't have a cup holder, so sometimes there'll be some rings. So you really want to focus on the arms of anything upholstered that you're cleaning. Once I had gone over the entire couch, it was time to let it dry. This was a nice, breezy, sunny day, so I opened the windows and I also opened up the recliner so that everything could dry completely and thoroughly. Then it was time to vacuum and pull all of that debris and grit that I had worked up to the surface of the couch out. I like to use my shop vac, but really you can use any household vacuum cleaner. I just like the shop vac because it really has strong suction. I found that it works a lot better for me than a regular household vacuum, but that's entirely up to you. And here it is, all nice and clean. You can see there is an immediate difference from the before and after. Everything is fluffed up. It's nice and soft and velvety. You can see how the pile has been lifted and it makes it look and feel like a brand new couch, even though it's over 20 years old. Now, if I could keep this little guy off the couch. If you have any suggestions for keeping pet birds off of ceiling fans and couches, please put those in the comment section below. We love our little Loki, but he gets into a lot of trouble, and I'm scared that one day if these ceiling fans are on, he is going to get injured. So we do want him to have free time and let him roam around, but we've got to control this little bird. I hope you found today's video helpful. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. God bless.